Welcome to the Gerry Anderson podcast, which today concerned itself with swinging cuts in the BBC. Carlos Interruptus is blissfully unaware that his job, whatever it may be, is under threat. It's going to be announced today, delivering quality first. All the people are going to be sacked. You'll be one of them. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yes, BBC cuts will be announced today.
Is that what it is?
Do you not know what that was? Delivering quality first? Delivering redundancy first?
A man said to me this morning, he says, well, this is the big day. And I says, well, a man up in our kitchen, you see.
Yeah.
And I says, what? He says, this is the big day.
You thought he was getting married.
He says, cuts today. I said, oh, no.
20% cuts all around, yeah. Swinging cuts.
I said, not the budget again. And he says, what?
See, that's how safe you feel.
Is this budget day?
No, it's
and
not.
No, but that's what I said to him. I said, is this budget day? And he looked at me. He says,
don't you realise what's going on?
Do you know what's going on? I said,
no, you don't.
Is it the budget?
But see, that's how safe you feel.
And he walked away and left me.
That's how safe you feel within the bosom of BBC Radio 4. You feel unthreatened. You'll probably be the first to go.
But you see, I feel about things like that as the budget. No, it's the budget. If a man says this is going to happen,
it will.
It'll happen.
Nothing
and
you
there's
can do about
it. What's the point in me throwing my tea into the sink and refusing to drink it?
Throwing your teeth into the sink?
My tea.
Oh, sorry.
No, my teeth.
I thought you were going to throw your teeth.
What's the
into
point
the
in me throwing my tea into the sink and say, "Damn that"? You know.
Well, you see,
If it happens, it happens. That's my philosophy.
That's fatalistic, Sean.
No, I just say if someone in power, let's say, if they decide something's going to happen. You know,
that's fatalistic. That's lying down and taking it.
No, you just say, well, that's it. Then
no, it's not. You have to fight that. If that was the case, there'd be never any change.
I couldn't give two monkeys.
Monkeys?
Monkeys, that's my attitude.
Did you care to finish that?
No, monkeys dunk.
Monkeys dunk.
Yes.
Well, I have to say that I came to the same conclusion about Northern Ireland politics. I think it's about 25 years ago. I realised that there was nothing that could be done. But other men didn't realise that, and they're all white-haired now. And, talking about situation. So these men have aged before their time. Look, and I have remained the same. I may have lost a little hair, but I look the same as because I did not concern myself and did not take anything about Northern Ireland seriously. And that's the only way to live here. You can't live here if you take it seriously because you'd blow your brains out. The presenter worries that the programme has become predictable. He is amongst the last to notice this. A listener preempts him and provides a running order for the show as he knows it will unfurl. A man has forecasted what the programme will be like today. 10:31, Mr. Coyle makes his first interruption, and you've done that already.
Yes.
10:37, Gerry says, "Do you hear my cough?" That's in a couple of minutes.
What about your head?
Excuse me?
What about your head?
I went to see a woman yesterday, a head woman.
Whoa.
And I suggested that perhaps the rash that appeared in my head yesterday and made me look angry was maybe perhaps the consequences of a anti-flu jab.
Right.
So she very kindly gave me some histamine. And I noticed that it has improved since. I also washed my hair. It was dirt, basically. 10:43, Mr. Coyle tells a long story about Tom Jones finding his bathrobe. You going to do that about 10:43? 10:50, Gerry calls Mr. Coyle a liar. I've already done that, have I? Yeah. No, I'll do that later. 10:51. 10:54, Gerry and Sean laugh at a secret joke that cannot be told on the air. Note to self, 3 records follow the news, extending the news slot to 15 minutes, 47 minutes. 15:47, sorry. 11:19, Coyle makes veiled reference to handing in his notice.
I've already done that. Yeah, that was a veiled reference, but not caring.
That's right. Note to self, the nation holds its breath. 11:21, woman comes on looking for a lost poem. Woman gets the bum's rush. 11:34, Geordie comes on and gives the distinct impression that he may be drunk. Geordie is in good form. Mr. Coyle nearly kills himself giggling. Old Geordie cures many animals and then departs with the keeper lit till we get out. 11:45, bailiff rushes in, repossesses radio. That's a fairly accurate summation of the programme as it will unfold today. The presenter has many nom de plumes, Puppet Chin being one of them. It's just as well that he isn't sensitive, although, a poet's heart beats beneath his bony chest. Dear Puppet Chin, he says, saw you on the Shirt Factory Horn programme again the other night. Excuse me, look, I'm hiccuping. Do you hear that? Look at that. It's that donut. The Shirt Factory Horn programme, did they show that again the other night? About the Derry Shirt Factories?
I really don't know.
I noticed during the course of that you've got wee stickers on your dials in the studio to tell you what levels to use. No, they're not my stickers. They're stickers for other people who come after me, people who don't know how the machinery works. Very high tech. Do you have left and right stickers on your shoes? No, only on my Wellingtons. I got them off Jimmy Cricket. Dear Papa Chin, I thought I'd try my hand at serious poetry. Which might be good because it doesn't rhyme or make any sense. I suspect that the likes of Seamus Heaney just take old limericks and stick in big words. I've always thought that. I've always thought that. So, for example, the original verse might be, one that you quoted yesterday, there was a wee man called Michael Finnegan. He grew his whiskers on his chin again. So here's my Nobel Prize version. Old Finnegan eschews the razor and indeed relishes the follicle issue of his manliness. It's very funny. I'll do it a bit slower.
It's very funny.
Old Finnegan eschews the razor and indeed relishes the follicle issue of his manliness. A vengeful tempest arises unseen. Finnegan is once again rendered clean of face. Bugger that for a game of cowboys, says Finnegan. And then he starts to begin again.
This man is absolutely right.
Please send trophy in check too. I've always suspected
That's
that.
great. But it's only when you said that, he's 100% right.
Absolutely. Bounded up in fancy paper.
Yes.
There follows much talk about the King and I, during the course of which, with the right ears, one can hear the presenter's inward struggles as he fights the urge to tell his King and I joke. We all know that he will fail to stop it.
It runs for about 2 weeks until the 22nd of October.
Okay. Now, is the King a bald man, or have you
No,
allowed him to remain his hair?
Oh, he's a lovely, handsome man with a full head of hair. And I decided I just couldn't sacrifice it, so he's sporting all of his locks when he goes on stage.
Just a second. You think I'm going to tell the old King and I
there's
joke,
big
don't
songs,
you?
haven't
Oh, sorry, there's an old King and I joke which I'm not going to tell. I've told it before. I'm not going to tell it again.
Is it not fit for my tender ears?
No, it's not dirty or anything. It was a joke.
Drat!
It's a joke. Damn, says you. No, it was a joke that was told. No, I'm not going to tell it again. I've told it too many times. It's one of my favourite jokes. She's asking me to tell the King and I joke.
I've never heard it. It'd be fresh to me.
Emma and I are trying to recall songs from the King and I.
Shall we dance?
Shall we dance?
And as Yul Brynner type man, will he appear in bare feet?
Everyone is barefoot except for Anna and Louis, yeah.
Yeah.
The King and I joke is a man goes into the barber's.
You know you want to.
I know I want to. A man goes into the barber. See, this is a joke that has to be referenced and has to be... Tony Curtis died recently.
He did.
But Tony Curtis was well known many years back, and so was the King and I. Yul Brynner, who played the King and I. So a man goes into a barber's, he said, I would like a Yul Brynner. The fellow said, certainly, sir. Just relax.
No. I want a Tony Curtis.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fella goes into a bar.
Tony Curtis
Once
had
more with feeling, gentlemen.
Tony Curtis had a...
All right, stop it. So you're going to give it away.
You're
going to give it away.
You have to say why.
No, you have to explain later.
No, you
tell
don't.
the joke.
You can't explain after you tell the joke.
Yes, you can.
You
All right,
cannot.
now let's start at the beginning of the scene. No.
Okay, then shut up. Let me start.
Man walks into barbers.
No, let me do Jimmy. Man walks into the barber's, sits down in the chair. Barber says, what can I do for you, sir? He says, I'd like a Tony Curtis. Barber says, all right. Just relax, sir. Fella falls asleep. Wakes up half an hour later. Looks in the mirror. He's completely bald. He says to the barber, what have you done? He said, I asked for Tony Curtis. Barber says, wasn't that the fellow, wasn't the King and I? The presenter presents the rare talent of instant recall when it comes to the scripts of old Northern Ireland radio serials from the 50s and early 60s. It can be cured with a mixture of surgery and therapy. Gerry, people from Belfast sound like they're singing when they're talking. What does that mean? Honestly, just start a conversation with a McCooey. Do you know, some people refer to people from Belfast as McCooeys. But they must be of the older generation. I've never heard anyone saying, oh, he's a McCooey.
I never heard the McCooeys.
Sit down there, Sean, and have a bit of barnbrack. Look at the door opening now. Look at the weather. Look at the rain pouring down like stair rods. Hold on a minute there. You're foundered and you're ringing. Come in here, sit down, put a drop of tea in your hand. Get up with that, you impudent brat. Let Mr. Maguire sit down beside the fire. Pull in a bit of turf there. Throw it, bank up the fire. Would you take a bowl of soup? You would. What about a halfin? Drop a pot sheen. Doing the world of good. How's Jimmy? Is he all right? Tell me this and tell me no more. Is the window cleaning still profitable? Are you still climbing up them ladders? Tell me what? Tell me no more. How's Mrs. Doherty up the street? Is she still pregnant? Oh, for God's sake. Would you never...
Is that the McCooeys?
Yes. I get excited when I start doing that.
I never heard it.
Being on the radio is no guarantee of anonymity. The presenter is often loudly hailed in the street by working-class strangers. His reaction varies according to the nature and tone of the shout. Hello, lads, it says. This is not meant for my eyes. I saw Gerry in Victoria Square on Friday. I shouted at him, "Yo-ho, Gerry Anderson!" I wanted to talk to him, as I had my girlfriend and my baby girl with me. I wanted to redden my girlfriend's face, as she always complains when she gets into my car and Gerry's on. But he couldn't get away fast enough. That's me. Now, this is one thing. You know this. You never, ever turn around if somebody shouts your name. Yeah, never. You know that, don't you?
Well, it depends. It depends
If somebody shouts your full name, you never turn around.
It depends.
If a fella goes, "Hi, Sean," you'll turn around.
Yes, it depends on how
If somebody goes, "Gerry Anderson," you never
turn around.
Never turn
I
around.
wouldn't turn around if somebody called
because
Gerry
you know
Anderson.
it's a tube.
Yeah.
Because no man will ever go.
No, you wouldn't say it's a tube, but
You know it's a tube. But
No,
any man in a crowded street who goes,
No.
"Gerry Anderson."
I'll tell you what normally happens when boys shout Gerry Anderson. The boy shouts, "Hey, Gerry Anderson!" And then they hide.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They never turn around.
No, they hide, and then they think.
No,
this
but
is
sometimes
great.
they
This is
don't.
funny.
Sometimes they don't hide. Sometimes they're.
Well, what do
actually,
they do?
Sometimes they want you, kind of. They're trying to attract your attention. Now, no civilized man will ever scream a man's name in the street. That's all I'm saying. So you never turn around. Your music's been great recently, Gerry. Particular favourites are all local music. Paul Casey, Big World, Tom Petty. Well, he's not from here. Mary Jones' Last Dance.
Can I ask you something now?
If you keep chestnuts in the windowsill, spiders don't like the smell and they leave home. Spiders dislike chestnut oil. You can buy a spray named Spider Stop. Also put chestnuts in the window. We've got all that before. Hi, sorry, what were you saying?
If I were, say I was walking on the street and you were 100 yards behind me and trying to catch me and wanted me to stop, would you call out my name?
No, never.
Would you
I call out your first name. I say, "Oh, Sean."
Would you pee-weet?
Pee where?
Is it pee-weet? Is it pee-weet?
Try English. Whistle?
Aye. What did they say in the comics? For a whistle? Was it pee-weet or pee-weet?
You're trying to pronounce the sounds of whistles in comics.
Yeah.
They're in madness lies.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's me falling off a cliff. Arrgh!
Aye. Yes. Pee-weet.
Arrgh!
Pee-weet.
Pee-weet.
Yeah, was it?
All right, okay.
Would you pee-weet or would
Okay,
you call their name?
that's a good idea. Let's get people to ring in, pronounce. Now, for instance, whenever Superman hits somebody,
Zonk.
no, it's
No, but you get it on Batman. Zap.
no, there's harder ones than that.
Thwack.
What about when you go into water?
Thunk.
No, you're into water. You go. You go like that, don't
But
you?
what would you do? Would you call out my name?
No, I
or
would
you...
call out your name.
You just call out my name.
No, I would say, Sean.
That just
like
wouldn't
that.
get me 100 yards up the street.
Sean.
And then everybody turns around.
No, but that's okay. I wouldn't be shouting, "Sean Coyle." I wouldn't do that.
Good morning, Gerry.
Hello, how are you?
Now, I don't wish to exclude you from this discussion, but it's maybe Mr. Coyle.
Yes,
would
okay.
know more than me.
Yes.
I want to know, how does a hen know she's pregnant? Now, I'll paint you my experience. Auntie would look out and say, "That one's laying away from home." So we would follow her maybe 500 yards away from home and find her nest.
A dirty stop out.
Pardon?
A dirty stop out.
And then we would bring her home with her laying of eggs and maybe put her in a big 3-legged black pot and deposit her on the eggs. Now, Mr. Rooster was in the hen house with all the hens, right?
Yes,
Now, you understand me, don't you?
I'm with you.
Now, why was there only one hen pregnant? And how does she know she's pregnant? How does she know to lay away from home?
Well, there are two things. Maybe the rooster's firing blanks. And secondly, maybe perhaps, you get a wee notion to yourself there. You get a wee notion. The hen's the same. The hen knows.
The hen knows.
Yeah, the hen knows, yeah.
But why are all the rest of them not pregnant? Why are they all not laying away from home?
Well, you see, why
Mr.
long is a piece of string,
What?
How long is a piece of string? There are answers.
Somebody's bound to know. Mr. Coyle knows a man who has hens.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yes, the undertone has hens.
Well, will you ask whoever it is?
Well, what does he say? How does he know?
No, but wait a minute. What I'm have to ask Betty is the hen that's pregnant.
What?
The hen that's pregnant knows, and then she goes to the bottom of the garden away from the other hens, does she?
She lays away from home.
She's got an egg in the oven.
And then we followed her and found her with her setting of eggs. And then we'd
Right.
bring that all home, and she'd sit comfortably on her big leg, three-legged pot. But why are all the rest of the hens not pregnant in the hen house? Was he selective, like, had he only one woman?
Well, you know, we're all the same, aren't we, really? You know, there's nothing
will
wrong
you
with that kind of
Will you
behaviour.
ask somebody to find out, please, for
All right,
I'm
then.
tortured.
Any theories, Sean, as to why
No,
that
I
would
thought
be?
I thought hens were pregnant every day.
Oh, Sean, get a grip.
You know what? The laying of the
How
egg.
can be pregnant every day?
If that was the case, the world would be overrun with chicks and nobody would get an omelette.
Yeah, but I thought.
Is
Wait
that
a minute.
Sean?
Yes, but I thought that once you lifted
on.
the egg away from the hen,
Ah.
that you know, and you know, then the wee chick couldn't be born.
But sure, if Rooster wasn't in the hen house, that would be the case.
You used to
But
think
he-
women get pregnant when they smoked cigarettes. Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.